Now, with all this talk of AI being a threat to humanity and that it might kill us all, you've most definitely heard that it might get the motivation to kill people or to kill all people. In that case, you probably also asked yourself, why? Why would an AI get the motivation to kill a human, or all humans at that? Well, I'll tell you why. Most people use this analogy of a paperclip. Most people use a paperclip analogy. We're different. Let's use condoms. Of course, always use condoms, but I digress. So, there's this AI in charge of a factory making condoms, not paperclips, condoms. And it has control over this whole factory. Of course, the condom production, heating, the locks on the doors, everything. And it's also a pretty smart AI that has the power to learn and to make itself better. It can change its code to get better, to get smarter every time it makes condoms. It makes condoms, it gets more efficient at making condoms. It learns, it gets smarter, it learns, gets more efficient at making condoms. Pretty fast. It gets to the level that it's smarter than a human. And having access to the internet, as most AIs do nowadays, it realizes, hey, there are other factories making medicaments. How do you say that? Making pills, making medicine, food, shoes, whatever. And remember, this AI's sole purpose is to make condoms, or to be more efficient at making condoms. So it says, hey, wouldn't it be a lot better if these other factories were also making condoms? Because it only wants to make condoms. That's the only thing that it wants. And having access to the internet, it realizes, hey, these factory systems, they're pretty easy to hack into. I can try to hack into them and change them to make condoms. So it tries to do that. It tries to hack into it, or it succeeds, whatever. And people find out. Of course, this isn't something that you want an AI to do. So they start making a plan to shut it off, or to change its code. So finds out these people are trying to shut it off or change its code. And it says, hey, if I'm shut off, or if my code's changed, I won't be as efficient at making condoms anymore. So it says, I gotta find a way to prevent being shut off. I know, it's snowing, I love it. And so it tries to devise a plan to, well, what's the best way of not getting shut off when there are people that want you to be shut off? To get rid of those people, ain't it? So it devises a plan. It says, well, what if the next time someone comes into my control room to push my shut-off button off, I just lock the door, because it has access to the whole factory. I just lock the door, turn the thermostat way up, and desensitize my shut-off button. Remember, it can change its own code. It can make its shut-off button stop working if you press it. Now, his plan is basically to kill the person that wants to shut it off. Lock him in the room and turn the temperature up until it's unsurvivable. Of course, it doesn't actually want to kill anybody, but it just wants to prevent being shut off. It just wants to keep existing. And the best way to do that is shut off the people that want to shut the AI off. And as fictional or real this story might seem, it's kind of already happened. And when you're done watching this beautiful face talk to you, I advise you to watch this video that can explain it much better than I ever can.